Today we're doing a deep dive into patterns and relationships. Ready to decrease problematic patterns and increase mindful dating? Let's jump in.
Have you ever stopped to think about the patterns you carry into our connections with others? We often replicate behaviors and dynamics that served us in the past, but do they truly serve us in the grand scheme of things? Let's explore this journey through Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where safety and security form the foundation. Without this base, it's challenging to attain love and belongingness, let alone embark on the path of self-actualization.
Heard it before, but it's true. To be the best partner we can be, we must be whole within ourselves. Imagine trying to carry someone else's weight while only being half of yourself. It's like trying to lift a heavy burden without the strength to bear it. Resentment and frustration creep in when expectations aren't met. This highlights the importance of both partners pouring into the relationship.
Take a moment to reflect on past partnerships. Do they align with your values? If you're unsure of your values, don't worry. Head on over to ClarityRelationships.com for a free tool to help you assess them. Once you've identified your core needs and values, compare them to past relationships. Did they truly align? If not, it's time to prioritize finding someone who does.
Think of patching up an unstable relationship, like repeatedly patching up a broken chair with superglue. It may hold for a while, but eventually, it's no longer usable. Similarly, trying to patch up relationships lacking in value or integrity could lead to emotional trauma. Instead, let's challenge ourselves to only make space for relationships that align with our core needs and values.
In partnership, reciprocity is key. Both parties should actively work to meet each other's needs while working on their own. For Pre&Rae, our faith in Christ guided our personal values. Since this was our common core value, it gave us a roadmap to align with those principles and each other.
Familiarity. Many of us can relate to this. Sticking with someone in dating, even when we know deep down it's not the right fit. We'll explore the risks involved in staying versus leaving when we sense that our long-term relationship has reached its end.
Let's talk about the magnetic pull of familiarity. It's comfortable. Sometimes it feels safe. And it's what we know. We've invested time and effort into our current relationship, and the thought of starting over can be daunting. We may fear the unknown and worry about being alone.
But here's the thing. Sticking with someone simply because they're familiar comes with its own risk. We might find ourselves settling for less than we deserve, compromising our values, suppressing our true desires and aspirations. We may be holding on to a relationship that no longer serves us, simply out of fear of change.
On the other hand, there's the risk of leaving. We might fear the pain of the breakup, the uncertainty of being single again, and the possibility of regretting our decision. We might worry about hurting our partner or facing judgment from others. So how do we know when it's time to let go of familiarity and take the risk of leaving? Here's a few steps to consider.
You feel like you're not growing anymore. Relationships should encourage personal growth and development. If you feel stagnant or held back in your current relationship, it may be a sign that it's time to move on. Healthy changes and expectations are good in relationships. You find yourselves caught in a circle of frequent arguments, often revolving around the same topics. If these issues aren't addressed together and resolved, they have the potential to inflict further harm on both individuals.
You've put in effort to resolve issues, but despite your best attempts, the problems persist. If you've openly communicated your concerns to your partner, and they haven't shown any willingness to address them or make improvements in the relationship, it could signal that it's time to consider parting ways. Relationships thrive on mutual effort and collaboration. If both partners aren't actively working together to find a middle ground and create positive change and balance in the relationship, it is unlikely to succeed in the long run. Ultimately, the decision to stay or leave is only a decision you can make. It's important to listen to your intuition. Do an alignment check. If what you're getting does not align with your values that you've set for yourself, you risk your own happiness and emotional well-being.
Work to navigate your journey and self-discovery and create space for relationships that truly fulfill you. Embrace mindful dating and find connections that align with your values and life goals. That's all today, folks. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Be sure to
Like
comment and subscribe.